Hey, what's up? What's up, Kiara? Is anybody in here? I know it's a Sunday, child. Are we ready to talk some shit? Are we gonna talk some shit? Hey, friend, if y'all come in, make sure y'all speak. I won't be on here long. Let's see. Hey, B. Broderick, what's up? Okay, so it's 12 people in here. Can everybody like the video? I should have 12 likes. Hey, Jada. Hey, EMC. Hey, child. Hey. Hey, Jada. Can't wait to snickle and giggle. Right. I need a snickle and giggle today. How y'all Sunday been going? Did y'all go to church? Is y'all cooking? That's the real question. Is y'all cooking or something? I was wondering why this light was so low on my computer. Hey, Teacher for Life. Hey, Miss Octopus. Hey, friend. Waited all day for you. I'm sorry. I planned the live earlier, but the way life was set up, I took a nap. I went back to sleep. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, everybody on Twitch. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on, yeah, I got a quick. I'm trying to do something on stream. I'm trying to figure it out. Remote chat on me. Slow mode. Stream manager. I guess I can't figure it out, child. Hey, what's up, Leticia? What's up, Kimberly? Hey, what's up? Let me see. Hold on a second, y'all. Never mind. All right. I was trying to figure something out on Twitch. Now, I told myself that this weekend I was gonna figure out everything on Twitch. Because how you gonna try to do something and I don't know what to do yet? Hey, Seafood, what's up, friend? Hey, friend, you got me in here watching both seasons of Never Ever Met. Hey, BFF, happy birthday. Hey, friend, people. Exactly. So we're gonna talk about it a lot today, friend. We're gonna have some fun. I don't know if y'all gotta put y'all oxtails on, put y'all cocktails on, because we're gonna get into some tea. We also gonna talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta once we get done. But first, I told y'all I wanted to bring another one of my friends up here. So y'all be cute in the comments. Hey, B, what's up? When y'all come in, make sure y'all speak and please like the video. Y'all know how it gets down. Exactly. So get you a little cocktail. Hey, Shornay. Exactly. Okay, let me bring my friend up here and we're gonna talk to her and see what she got going on today. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Hello.
You look so cute today.
Huh?
I said you look so cute. Can you hear me?
Thank you. I can just a little bit.
Okay. Do I need to turn up the volume or something?
Please.
Let me see. I thought I had it turned all the way up now, Keke. Give me just 1 second.
You might. I'm having to do this on my phone because my computer is doing some things. So bear with me, okay?
No, I got you. If you can't hear me, just like let me know or whatever, and we'll keep going. So everybody, make sure y'all say hi to Keke. For those of y'all who don't know Keke, introduce yourself for the people who don't know.
Hey y'all, I'm Keke. I was recently featured on season 2 of the Never Ever Met.
Yeah. So we know Keke, for those of y'all who watch the show, and I'm assuming the Jules know because we be over here snickling and giggling. talking about this season. I think I just commented on y'all live and was like, I could use a season 2 of just y'all.
Listen,
there's a lot going on.
We honestly could do a season 2 of just like B-roll footage. Like, it's so much that would have been so funny if y'all would have just got to see it.
It's something else. Okay. So first of all, thanks for taking some time out on a Sunday. I know that y'all just did a podcast episode today. So tell us about y'all podcast. Who on it? What should we expect?
So our podcast is called 2 Sugars, 1 Shot. It's me, Jay, and Tati. Me and Tati are the 2 sugars, and Jay is the straight shooter. She's the shot. And you can.
I thought you was gonna be the shot.
No, why would I be the shot?
Because they said you was the drinker. So I told my channel about it. I was like, oh, and they're gonna start a new podcast because I talked to Tati or whatever. And I was like, yeah, so it's 2 sugars, Tati, and then 1 shot Keke, because they kind of painted you out to be the drinking girly this season.
I know, which is still so crazy to me, but yeah, no, the shot is Jay. She's the straight shooter because Jay gonna tell you exactly what she's thinking.
Now I've been talking about Jay and Cinco since yesterday. Since Jay came out her body
been some stuff.
We gonna talk. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Tell us how you met Brandon. And whose idea was it to come on the show?
Okay, so I met Brandon in 2020. Like, it was actually the day before my birthday. He had sent me some heart eyes in my DMs, and I went to his page and I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. This was even before the hair and everything. I was like, okay. And so we started messaging back and forth a little bit. I am not a texter. I like to be on the phone. So Brandon was actually playing football in Mexico at the time. So he was, he was just up. I don't think they were doing much. So we ended up talking all night. Went to sleep on the phone or whatever, and just kind of hit it off from there. And so fast forward to last year, we didn't see each other after talking kind of off and on. But after we was kind of getting a lot more serious, we still hadn't had the opportunity to meet. And the show kind of flopped in my lap, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Hell yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, I ended up writing in and telling them kind of our story or whatever, and they called us back in like 5 minutes. It was such a quick process.
Really?
And yeah, they asked me, they was like, do you think Brandon would be okay with doing it? Can I give him a call? And he was like coaching something at the time, so I wasn't able to like tell him like, hey, are you okay with this or whatever. But they called him, he talked about it, we ended up talking about it, and he was, yeah, let's do it.
So had you watched the previous season, or do you watch the shows on like Ready to Love, Love and Marriage, Huntsville? Did you watch the season before then?
So I watched some clips of the season, like the first season of Never Ever Met. Aaron on there actually went to Clarkland. He went to school with me. So the young Aaron. So
so he told you about the show?
No, he didn't tell me about the show. He was posting, some stuff, and I was like, okay. So it was kind of still in the back of my mind, but of course, I didn't think to go on the show until I thought to go on the show.
Right. Okay, so did you go on the show because you're trying to build your platform? I think you're a plus size model, right?
I am, yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Huh?
So how's it going? What's going on?
It's
Tell
going
us what
really
you got
good.
Going on.
Like, I sing as well, and I do music, and I've kind of pivoted a little bit more to music right now, but I still do shows every now and then. It's just something that I really love to do.
So I know Tati do music too. Do y'all plan on doing a collab or doing something together?
We do, yes.
Okay. I'm here for that because I like Tati's music and she
I
can
love
dance.
Tati's
So I love to hear. Right, she be on Instagram. I was like, girl, you need to start having some trends so we can get on down.
Listen, Tati I love watching Tati. I definitely do. Like, I'm a Tati fan. I am a Melody Rain fan. Y'all go follow her. Y'all check her out. Exposed is my favorite song.
Exactly. Make sure y'all go follow it. It's Melody Renee. And Keke, hold on a second. What is your Instagram? Which I should know it because I follow you. But let me
Kiera Diamond.
All one word?
Yes, Kierra and then Diamond. One word.
Okay, awesome. And is that the same name on all platforms?
It is. That's my stage name.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's get into some show stuff because it was a lot of juicy stuff going on this season. So first of all, and I found out some stuff about Brandon. We're gonna talk about Brandon later. But first, when y'all first got in the house, it already seemed rocky because he was, basically saying that you had a drinking problem. You called him what? The Prosecco police?
I called him the Prosecco police. I called him the Riesling Wrangler. I called him just so. I had a nickname for
So cute.
everything.
Okay, so the biggest thing with you and Brandon was, and I'm not gonna lie, it seemed the picture that was painted was like, oh, this is this good guy, and this girl is coming in here. She won't help him cook. She drinking. You said, hey, this is a vacation. Did you think it was a vacation?
No, so one thing about the vacation, what I was trying to, I'm not good at explaining myself. I'll either over explain or just not have the words for it. And I felt like
Mhm.
they took advantage of that a lot, like of me just going in circles trying to find the words to explain what I'm trying to say. But
Right,
with that, I kept saying it was a vacation but I meant it in the sense of, if you go on vacation, if you go on a cruise, you go to an all inclusive, if they have drinks, you're gonna drink a little bit more than you would drink when you're at home. Right?
right. Because you ain't got
Like,
nothing to do.
you don't have anything to do. We're in there, no phones, no TV, no music. It's just, we're entertaining ourselves. But
Mhm.
liquor is flowing, you know? So I feel like, and I really didn't even drink. I know that I can say all day, y'all have told me already, all alcoholics say they're not an alcoholic. But imagine genuinely not being an alcoholic. Somebody is accusing you, and you're like, hey, this is just, I'm on vacation. Like, if you would go on vacation, you would drink too. Like, think of this as, that's my mindset. But every time
Uh-huh.
they're like, oh, she on vacation, she not here to see Brandon. Baby, I'm on a
I thought
vacation
they
if
were
you
hard
want to
on
be
you
for
too,
real.
because I thought they were hard on you too, because I'm thinking, even if I'm in this situation, but if I'm hanging out with my man and I got some days off from work, I'll have me a few cocktails. And when you said pour me a little bit more about the wine, and he was like, you want to, I was like, I would have been like, you know what? I really
Listen,
like
and
it.
one thing about Brandon loves like structure. Like, he's an athlete. Brandon is very self, like, I don't know. Brandon kind of keeps himself in a, you know, on the
Disciplined,
straight and
like really
narrow.
disciplined.
Very, very disciplined. That's the word I'm looking for. But I feel like with the drinking thing, we never even talked about, like, he knows what I do. At the time, I was a bottle girl. Like, I've always been
Oh,
a bartender. Listen, like, so I'm like,
conversation,
Brandon.
girl. Now
So
we didn't know that part.
Yeah, yes, that was my job. So the majority of the time that he's known me, I've either been a bottle girl or I've been bartending or serving or something like that. So I'm in, in these crowds. I don't have to drink all the time. I can't drink all the time. So when
Mhm.
I just asked him for a little bit more because I'm nervous, like, I'm meeting this man for the first time, and he already had my booty out. Like, I just
So
wanted a little. He poured me, like, and everybody was like, that was a regular pour. Like, he poured me a little bit, just a little bit. Then he poured him a full glass. I like to joke. I made a little joke. I was like, Brandon, give me my full pour. Oh
yeah.
no, that's too much. Okay, all right, sir. Okay.
So did you feel like he was judging you? Because it did kind of seem like, I don't know if it was he was being controlling or he was just kind of judging what you did. Which I'm not gonna lie, as a like a person in the audience and looking at the comments and stuff, a lot of people felt like you didn't want to participate with him, like when you didn't want to cook with him or like you wasn't hanging around him like a lot. Did you like Brandon like that once you really got to know him?
I did. So because and that's one thing that really irritated me when I watched the show back, because they cut out all of our like good moments. They cut out, you don't see me and Brandon cuddling. You don't see us playing football together. You don't see us laughing. You don't see us playing cards. Like, you don't see us spending a lot of time together. And that's just
Right.
not the case. That's not what happened. So people like, did you even like him? I'm like, look at him. Of course I did. What are we talking about? So
When y'all were on the bus, I know he asked for like a hug or something, and you was just like, yeah. I was like, maybe he's starting to get on her nerves.
oh, he was.
He's like, huh?
Brandon another thing, like, when I said I was working on it, why would I say that to the question that he asked me? I didn't say, everybody's like, that's not an answer, that's the alcoholic answer. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I
But
remember.
huh?
So did you feel like you was defending yourself a lot while you were on the show?
Yes, I felt like that's all I did, and all y'all see is me reacting. You just see me being like, but I'm not an alcoholic, because he would wake up, good morning, you gonna drink today? Brandon, get out my face. Like, or I would be drinking juice. He'd be like, "What's in that cup?" Excuse me, like so it wasn't that I didn't like him. I was just so by the third day of me having to answer to somebody, mind you, I'm grown, of me having to answer to somebody that you know that I thought was going to come in here and hit it off, and it's Rocky. I'm irritated. I was extremely
Mhm.
irritated. So I'm not gonna. I don't know about y'all, but if I don't like you, I don't want to cuddle on you. If I don't like you at the time, I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to do all that. But
Right.
in
So
for
do you
that
think you
particular,
got a bad edit?
I think I got the worst at it. I do.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you
Well, no,
don't
I
see
don't
any of my
know.
personality.
Out of
You
the
just
women,
see,
not the men.
huh?
I said I think you got the worst edit as far as the women, not necessarily the men. Because do you
Yeah.
how do you feel about the group of men as a whole? Because this was a
Yeah.
Brandon seemed
I
like the
want to answer
nicest,
something
which is
before
why
I
I
move
think the
on
people
to
like
this
him.
question. Because even the clip that you saw where Clay and Tati is kissing in the back seat or whatever, they, I said that I was like, I don't have, I was slick joking because soon after that, like I get in his lap and fall asleep, so it's like we're
Mhm.
not. But you don't see that. You just see me. I didn't come from a very affectionate family, and I'm like, guys, come on now, like show me. I
It
do
seemed I'm
something.
not gonna lie, which I thought that the drinking stuff was annoying too. So then after you started being, it looked as if you was being cold towards him. I was like, maybe she just sick of him because if anybody keep bringing up my drinking, I'm gonna have a problem too. Like it is what it is. But
You
this
go
was
on a
a big
cruise, get the
thing,
drink package, and let somebody be like, "Oh, you using another one of your drinks? You drinking another one? You ain't gonna want him. I don't care how much you liked him 3 days ago. You gonna want to throw him in
right?
the trash."
That's what it was giving at some point. Like he was really getting on your nerves. So the big thing was you didn't tell him that you was still dealing with your ex-boyfriend while y'all was talking. Did you want to tell him immediately? Did you feel bad for waiting to tell him? Did production tell you not to tell him something, or why didn't you tell him as soon as you got into the house?
So, as soon as I got into I obviously wasn't gonna tell him as soon as I got in there because I wanted to feel things out. I was excited to meet him. Why would I ruin it that early on? And
Right.
the only reason why I wanted to let him know was because I consider Brandon my best friend. Like we really have a great friendship. And I felt like that was just something that was, just kind of giving him an explanation why some of the times we weren't able to meet because he would be like, you always like what's really going on? And I would have to be like, well, I got this going on when the whole time my ex like, wait, sit down, So but I think that so that was but what do I want to say? Basically, that's just why I wanted to tell him because I just wanted to kind of clear the air. So I'm thinking that we could move forward because I'm just explaining, what was going on. Can we start from here? But the reason why I didn't tell him so early, well, as early, I definitely wanted to. After things kind of cooled down with the drinking, I was like, okay, now's the perfect time. We're getting along. Let me tell him why so we can move forward. But what happened after what happened? Britt and Tati and Clay. It was just too. Imagine y'all watching all this drama happen, and then I come on screen, Brandon, my ex. Yeah, what?
You should have
It
told
just
them
didn't make
before the
sense.
other shoe dropped with the other people, or you could have did it in the midst of it, and then all the attention wouldn't have been on you because these men. Speaking of that, hold on. Speaking of that, when did you find out about the Tati and Clay stuff, and why didn't you tell her if that was your friend?
I didn't know.
You
Me and
didn't.
Brandon weren't getting along at the time, so Brandon wasn't pillow talking. Like, but and
Um.
me and Tati were like this. So I in the house, it was at first I was really close to Alicia, then I got really close to Tati, then I got really close to Britt. So it was like
Okay.
at this time, this is mine and Tati's, we're really close. Why would they tell me? you know?
So I assume I assume all of the men told their girls because that's what we kind of found out. So
And they
us
did.
watching the show, I was like, why did none of the girls tell her?
I think Jay tried to, but it's still. I don't think production let Jay do it. But for me, I genuinely just didn't know. I'm thinking the secret was the vegan thing.
Right.
And Brandon said I talk too much anyway, so why would he tell me?
I'm so sad. Hold on. So now y'all were just on live, you and Jay, and you said that they edited out all of the stuff Brandon did to you. What Brandon do to you?
Brandon is very controlling. Like very controlling. And it was even the whole like it was just the way he was talking to me. And then of course we know now about the waffle buddy thing. Like, so I'm like, if everybody's coupled up, you're not. I felt very lonely in the house because it was just like I'm watching it, and in his interviews he's like, oh, I love her so much, this is this, but you're always somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Or if I want to talk to you, you don't want to talk right now. Or it was just, I remember when we went to Top Golf, I was crying that whole way there because he gets on his little soapbox and just go. And I think
What was he saying?
that kind of reminded me of my ex, and I had just got out of an abusive relationship. So I was like, just stop. Like, I was so triggered because he was just hounding me and hounding me and hounding me about nothing. And it was just like he would do that one day, and then the next day he's the sweetest person ever, and then he just switched. And I'm like, Brandon, can we please just get along today?
So were you still interested in getting to know him, knowing that you came out of such a bad situation, and then you right back, you know what I'm saying?
I was, because like I said, Brandon ain't always like, you know, he was somebody that you could talk to him for days, hours. Like, I do feel like he has a really good heart. So I was like, maybe he's what I need. He's a lot more disciplined. I think that he would have been good for, or the potential that I fell in love with. I felt like that would have been good for, just where I am or where I was in my life at the time. Like, that discipline. Hey, I thought he would be good, but it was a little too much.
I mean, I can understand that. He seems like he can be overbearing or slightly controlling. But let's switch gears. So you mentioned the waffle thing, I think we were all shocked about the waffle thing because I follow all of y'all on Instagram, and I never seen him like under Charlie's pictures or anything. And of course, we didn't see him cooking waffles with her every morning. Did you get the feeling that maybe they had something going on more?
Y'all didn't see me cooking either, and I definitely was cooking in that house. So I'm not lazy, because everybody's like, she lazy, she not dependable. I cook for Brandon all the time. So don't. But yeah. Wait, what was the question?
So with the waffle, look, you just want to say I can cook and I wasn't lazy. Good,
Yeah, because
exactly.
it's so much I feel like I got to clear up.
The misconceptions
Oh, did I
about
see
you.
them
Yeah,
cooking
tell
waffles
us.
together?
Yes. What? So did you feel that they liked each other, or they were flirting, or what?
It was because we in this house with 7 other people. Of course, some people are gonna click better than others, or some people are gonna make friends. Like, me and Jared had a lot of conversations. Jared was probably one of my favorite guys in the house. So it's like, people you're gonna find somebody that you think, you just click with as friends. So I'm thinking that them running around with the waffles, I'm like, oh, that's cute. They're friends. Or they would be like, you didn't even eat the waffle. You took the last waffle. It was stuff like that, like very childish. We didn't have a lot of entertainment in the house. So at first I thought it was like innocent. I'm not thinking nobody gonna try to. I'm not thinking nothing of it. But then one day, me and Jared walked outside and we saw like Brandon and Charlie sitting. They were like kind of off in the distance, sitting off, like having a little conversation. I was like, Jared, look. And he was like,
What the hell y'all out there doing?
We were like, what the hell? And he said, he told me, don't worry about it. He was like, party time, party people. And we went and got a drink.
I heard that. So you weren't really shocked when they mentioned that on the reunion. Who did you write down? Was it Jared?
Should have been. It was Chris.
It was Chris. Oh yeah, I heard y'all said that Chris was really, really funny. He was like the funniest dude in the house.
Chris was hilarious. Chris was like, Chris can be washing dishes and it's funny. Like it's nothing. Chris is just the whole him is just hilarious.
I just watched the old clip when Clay best friend came in and all of y'all was trying to tell her how the best friend jumped on him. And I guess they didn't show it on the original, but Chris jumped on the left.
And just I'm like, that is him. He is a goofball. Like
It was so funny.
exactly.
So
But
so speaking of that, we heard that Chris and Tati was gonna be talking or something. We need to low key have a reunion after show or something because I
we
got a lot of
do.
questions for a lot of y'all. What's going
We need a
on?
part two.
I
Um,
know.
I feel like with Chris and Tati, I think it's cute. Now, can I be honest?
Tell
I
me, girl.
don't. I I feel like I'm such a girl's girl, and I feel like when it comes to now, Alexis had a crush on Brandon, so I don't really feel bad about somebody swooping in for her man or whatever. But at the same time, I just feel like we made really good friends in the house, and like I don't want my friend's man, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
how because
Do
like I
you
said,
think
Jerry
Alexis kind of felt like that? Because you could tell Alexis was kind of
wanted more.
felt some type of way about it.
She did. She definitely did. That's, hate it for you.
Hmm. So you ain't feel no type of way about Charlie
I
with the whole
did.
Brandon thing?
I definitely did. I
Mm.
felt away, and it was more so because I felt like I thought we were all kind of friends. I thought we all made a, you know, connection in the house. So to come out and knowing that somebody that I thought was my friend is like talking to the person, technically my ex, it was like, huh? What's going on?
Uh-huh.
Because I just wouldn't do that to y'all. I don't care how fine the man is. I wouldn't do that.
Did you ask? Did you talk to Brandon and Charlie about that after the reunion? Like, what's good? What's tea? We supposed to be cool.
I asked Brandon about it, and he was just like, I don't even remember what he said because I didn't care. No, I didn't ask him. I was more so like, Charlie, really? Like, what? And then we
What
just
she
kind of,
say?
huh?
What did she say when you said something to her?
Charlie, I didn't ask Charlie. I don't say we don't talk. We have like a little bit of conversation, here and there, but it's not, we weren't super, super close. So,
Right.
and
And it
then
would have
when
been
I
on
asked him,
Brandon
he
to
was
tell
like, we
you.
were just both vulnerable and we were just friends and we started liking each other. And I was like, vulnerable. Right. Right.
All right. So one of my best friends, Kel, she said, ask her about Brandon's rude brother. Brandon brother was something else.
That what soon as he came in the house, because even my best friend was like, "What is wrong with him?" He walks in the kitchen, tells Jaden to pour him some Hennessy, and I'm like, "You don't. Hey, how y'all doing? You from Alabama? We don't do that. We speak when we enter a room. What are you talking about
Right.
right now?" Like, and then it was just now he defended me, so I'll give him that. But one thing that he did, he was like, "You came to Atlanta 4 times and she didn't meet." No, we tried to meet 4 times. I was in Birmingham too. So now everybody
Mhm.
was attacking me. You stood him up 4 times? No.
Oh, so
This
you
man
came
coming
to
in.
Birmingham before too, and he wasn't able to meet up with you?
Yeah. And Brandon would just be like, "Oh, I'm busy. I was too busy." So it was just like both ways.
Okay.
Now, in
Yeah, it
his
seemed like
defense,
maybe he
I
was
would drop
instigating.
in because my family is like, I'm from Alabama, my folks from Alabama. So it would be if I was going home to drop in, if I was close enough to Birmingham, I'll be like, hey, I'm here. Do you want to, it was for me, the 2 times were like impromptu. He would actually
Right.
kind of, one time we did plan and I ended up having to do something. So, you know,
So when your best friend came, is that why you decided to tell Brandon because you felt like your best friend had, you had some support, or was she pushing you to tell him, like, girl, you need to tell this man this?
it was because I had some support. I felt like, for me, like I said, sometimes I can just get to talking, and my best friend always will reel it in. So I felt like if she was there, maybe, or if he were to blow up on me or whatever, I don't know. I felt like I had somebody that was gonna put me back
Yeah.
together again. I don't know.
Now, Keke, just watching the show, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it seemed like you were like, well, you probably had some people. What do you want me to say? It was given like, yeah, you didn't seem very remorseful. You was like,
Remorseful because
you like,
Brandon is lying. When he got on there and he was like, oh, I've been celibate for 4 years. I don't believe that as far as I can spit. Like what?
I,
And because you gotta think, so me and Brandon, it's been 4 years, but we would to me, and that's why it was so weird when he was so serious about everything. Because I was like, we just got serious a couple months ago. Like, so I don't understand why, you know, why you're so upset about all of this, because to in my head it was just somebody that I really liked, that I was talking to, that I hadn't met before, so he was real but he wasn't. And I'm like, there's no way you're sitting here not anybody. There's no way that you're not talking to anybody when we can go weeks at a time and not talk.
right. And
Like,
that, so I don't believe that either when he said that he hadn't been dealing with nobody this whole time. And speaking of that, so I'm not sure when y'all were on live when somebody was saying what about Brandon and what then came out about Brandon. Now I know he's on Instagram like, can I be a model? I'm not sure if this man gonna start an OnlyFans or not, or what he got going on. But I heard he had a 3-year-old daughter. And on
he
his
has a
Facebook,
5-year-old daughter.
oh, she's 5 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
did you know about the daughter and stuff?
That was like our first conversation.
Okay.
When we first started talking, his daughter was really, really young. I think just born, and he was showing her to me. So yeah, I knew about the daughter.
Do you think he was still dealing with the chat with her with his daughter's mother?
Possibly,
While
but
y'all
if
were
he
talking?
was, what could I say? What could I say?
Yeah, you couldn't. At least you were being
Exactly.
honest about it. So,
And I think that
are,
that was when everybody was like, when everybody said she didn't care, she's not remorseful, or this, this, that, and the third.
yeah,
It was more so because I'm. Never mind.
because you knew you was wrong.
I knew I was wrong, but I also just felt like it wasn't. Why are you upset with me when it wasn't that, that serious? Or I was like, I was hoping he had somebody too. Why would you not have somebody until we made something official?
So, what's the current situation between you and Brandon? I know y'all were arguing on Instagram a few minutes back. He said you blocked them. Are y'all still friends? What's your current status?
Me and Brandon are still friends. We're
Okay.
definitely still friends. I do have him blocked. I do, because Brandon knows
Hold on,
me
let me get a
about a
sip.
lot
Why
of
did
stuff.
you block him?
Because because I was tired of seeing, like, I mean, I like him still a little bit. So it's just like I don't want to see all the girls like, oh, I can treat you better, da da da. Because
Mm,
no, you can't. You're gonna get tired of him just like I did. Like, it's. I feel like our relationship would have been a lot better if it wouldn't have been in the house. Like, I wish we would have met and got to take some time away from each other every now, like a breather,
right.
a day, some space, instead of being
Mhm.
cooped up in the house.
Right, because
But
y'all essentially living with each other.
exactly. And I just didn't want to see all that. And I felt like Brandon knew the truth about a lot of stuff that happened in the house, and he never defended me. It was like he was feeding into it. So I just didn't want to see that. I was like, what? Or he's like, my 4 years of trauma. Boy, shut up. Shut up.
It kind of seemed like he wanted to be portrayed as the good guy, and in the aftermath, we do see all of the girls. He was such a good man. He too good for her, and da-da-da. I was like, man, first
He
of all,
looked
he kind of and he was policing her about the alcohol. That was like a red flag for me too, because I don't like anybody acting like fun people. Like, can I have fun and live my life? I'm a pretty woman. I'm not out here destroying lives. So I did think he seemed like a bit controlling about that.
he
So
he definitely did, and that was so weird to see, because like one of my favorite things about him is I feel like he's very like, he's not a victim. Like, he just kind of, it was so weird to watch it back, and I'm like, what kind of angle is this? Like, what is really going on? Because that's not the Brandon that I know. What?
Right.
What are we watching? Him in where did all this emotion come from? He's an Aquarius.
He an Aquarius?
He is.
Girl, they can be some stone cold folks. What's your sign, Keke?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh Lord, not a Sagittarius. No, I like Sagittarius, but I know Sagittarius, y'all can't just be, it is what it is, and it ain't changing.
Listen, okay. Okay. I like to have my fun. I do.
So, are you dating anyone now? Did you double back and date the ex-boyfriend?
No, I didn't. Like, okay, just some transparency. That was a horrible relationship. Like, I couldn't get out of it. Like, it was a very abusive relationship. So it was like when everybody's like, "Oh, did she go back to him?" Even when they asked me in the interview, like I asked them, "Can we not talk about it?" That's why I have on a whole different outfit. So when you see me like pausing and kind of, I smile when I get nervous, And I had asked a couple times, I'm like, "Stop asking me about him, like, please."
Okay.
So it's just like, everybody's like, did she go back to the ex? Did she not? No, I haven't spoken to him since I got away. And I don't plan on speaking to him.
Okay.
So
I apologize,
getting all
Keke.
of
I
this,
definitely don't want to trigger you. I apologize. Had
no,
I
it's
known that,
it's
I
okay.
would have
Like I
never
said, like
asked.
it's okay. I mean, that was part of the, they showed it on the show, so I can't be upset about it. I'm safe now. I'm in a good place, But it was just at the time, I didn't want to. I talk about it and to watch that back, I'm just like, wow, fuck. I mean, forget me.
Mm-hmm. So forget that. Are you talking to anyone now? Do you have any new love interests? Are you gonna be on another dating show? Maybe Ready to Love? What do you have going on now? Tell us all about it.
I would definitely do another dating show. I don't have any like plans of doing another dating show right now, but I would, but nothing like where I go with somebody, but more so like something
Meeting
like
new
Ready to
people.
Love me. But or maybe I'll be the first big bombshell in the villa. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
But
I would love that.
hey,
No,
you
that
never
would be
know.
so dope. That would be good.
You never know. But
Have you been
so
watching
right
the
now
season?
I am dating. I so far there's nobody that is really standing out to me. So I'm still, accepting applications. But I have been on a few dates. There's a little roster.
Where do you live in, Kiki?
I'm in Atlanta.
I lived in Atlanta, and it was really hard to find a quality guy today. It was either the Africans, the flashy dudes with with Bentleys and doing the most at the. It was really hard to find like just a regular professional, cool type of dude in Atlanta, or that you wasn't
Exactly.
afraid with on the DL or something like that.
Exactly. That's the thing. I feel like, and that's why I said I'm not impressed yet.
Mm.
I'm just not. Like I've met some good guys, but I feel like now, especially myself back watching myself back on the show. Now I do feel like I got a bad edit, but some things I needed to see. Some ways that I handle stuff, I needed to see that so I can, reflect on it and change some stuff. So I feel like now in the dating world, I'm, a whole different it's a whole different ballpark. I don't let people drag me along, or I know I can be like, okay, Kiki, you're doing a little bit too much right now, or give him a chance. So
Uh-huh.
I, I do feel like it's a little different this time, but in that same breath, I'm just not impressed. This is Atlanta. I want me a country boy. Like that's just what I like. And even when I was calling Brendan Short, I like to be like, hey, I like to I like a little. You know what I'm talking about.
I,
You know what I'm talking
I like
about.
some hype too. You got to intimidate me. I'm like, okay, okay, I'm done.
Exactly.
I'm
My
done.
bad. My bad. Because I know I get to shut me up.
Uh huh. Well, I mean, that's understandable. It's good that you looked at the show and actually, did some self-reflection and started working on some things or whatever. It's nothing like and I kind of do the same with my channel when I know I'm on here, or if I'm too tipsy, then wake up like, "Ooh, you was doing the most on that live last night." Like, relax and scale it back. Exactly. So I'm glad to hear you doing that. So what, as far as you said you starting to make music again. Hopefully we see something with you and Tati. Tell us when can we expect like your podcast to come on? Like, do y'all have specific days? What y'all gonna be talking about?
We do. So right now, we'll be like live on Instagram every Sunday. We're
Okay.
gonna start doing reviews. We got some trips coming up. Like I feel like just the dynamic of us three, it's we have a lot of fun together. We got a lot to say. So, it may not just be never ever met's content, but follow us. I think y'all will have a good time. So, but as for right now,
Oh,
since
yeah.
there's so much going on, definitely check us out Sundays at 1.
Yes,
And I
because
think we
y'all
may be going live tonight again too.
really, she gonna tell us more about what Cinco got going on down in Arizona. He owe her some money. Now, I got a question, and I know this a little messy, but this the end, and we ain't got nothing else to do. So
Hey, I'm here.
Jay told us, she said that Cinco was broke, he was da-da-da, and he was being aggressive and physical with her. And then on one of her posts on Twitter, she said that in the house, in the kitchen, he picked up a knife and told her he would off her. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. It may be on the I didn't see that. But Jay and Cinco were very private in the house. Like a lot of
Okay.
stuff that they had going on, and they had like their own kind of room to themselves. Especially after Clay left, they had a room to themselves. So they were able to, any issues that they had, they were able to hash it out with just them. So
Okay.
I feel like that's why everything was such a shocker to us, because I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean he's aggressive? But it be them quiet ones. It be
It,
the quiet ones. And
you right about that.
I had so much respect for Cinco. Like, I think Cinco is a really good guy. But this whole thing with Jay, that's my girl. So I'm like, Cinco, what is really going on? But
So he never seemed aggressive like that to you in the house?
not really. He would get mad, and I know he liked to go through her phone. I think that he seemed more aggressive after we got to know him, like through Jay after the show,
Mm-hmm.
because he would
Okay.
say stuff, or it was one day when he was like, the way some of the stuff he would say to her, I would be like, who it is from? Because I know it's not Cinco. Like, Cinco would be going off, and I was just like, because everybody think that he can't handle Jay, but yeah, yeah, he was. Cinco be talking his talk. But I think like all the guys, I feel like most of the guys got a pretty good, you don't really see anything negative about the guys besides Jared and Clay.
Like, right. They were
Yeah.
pretty who they were on the show. Exactly.
Other than that, you don't, and that's why it was so easy to think about it. Everybody that's like, people have a lot to say about us, about the girls, but with the guys, it's so many. She don't deserve him. I can be better for him. She don't deserve him. And I'm just like, that's by design, guys. Of course you
Hmm.
think you can do better. Come on, put these shoes on.
Do you? So I noticed y'all also said, and ladies, the interview is about to wrap in a little bit. If y'all have any questions for Keke or things that I didn't get to, make sure you let me know, friend. Now, Keke, y'all mentioned this, and I'm sorry, it was when you, Jay, and Tati were on the chat. Jay was saying that the show didn't pay much, the producers were really messy and stuff, and someone in the comments said that owns producers are male centered, and it seemed like a lot of the girls got kind of the catty edit. Y'all kind of looked
We
like,
did.
even in the situation with Tati and Clay, after he had been diabolical, they made it seem like Tati was the hype one when the best friend came. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me your thoughts on working with them, and the pay and production, and what was your experience like?
This was my first like experience with reality TV, so I didn't know what to expect. As far as pay, um, pay was okay. Like, it. I didn't mind, but I also don't know what to expect. If that makes sense. I was off work. It was, some more money. I didn't think, I didn't. I don't know. As far as production, I feel like, and I'll say it a lot. I feel like my edit was partially fat phobia. I feel like a lot of
Ooh.
being a big girl on screen,
And
a
that
lot of the
lazy
hate that I'm
narrative,
getting, huh? Yeah, a lot of the hate that
I
I'm
didn't
getting
like
is
that.
fat phobia, huh?
Yeah. I didn't like
Yeah,
that. And I
so
mentioned that when you were like laying down and snoring. I was like, oh my God. I
they
felt like
showed me how many times did you see me eating? How many times did you see everybody else eating? How many times did you see like unflattering angles of me where my meat are hanging out or my underwear hanging out? How many times did you see that with other people? Clay was a bigger guy. Why did we have to see his butt crack?
exactly.
Do you
You
get what
right
I'm
about
saying?
that.
Like, or
Mm-hmm.
me sleeping. They said that I slept at 2 o'clock. I took a nap one day. They got mad at me for taking a nap in the middle of the day, but I have a full face of makeup on. Why would I sleep till 2 o'clock in a full face of makeup? They showed me sucking my thumb multiple times. Like, you don't have to put a camera on me because I'm sleeping. You know that
You
that's, I have really bad anxiety, bad ADHD, and I'm on the spectrum. Of course, something has to comfort me. You took my phone. So
right.
it's like, why why are y'all zooming in on? It was just so many things that I was just like, if I was in a different body, y'all would not have treated me like this. Even I
You
would
know
say,
what?
even
I
with
never
the
thought of
Brandon
that
and
till
his
you
halo
said
effect.
that. I'm sorry. Go
Yes,
ahead. I didn't mean
even
to
with
interrupt
Brand
you.
or the lazy narrative, I can't tell you how many times I cooked in the house. After I apologized to Brandon for the secret that night, which y'all also didn't see me apologize, and y'all didn't see me taking any accountability, which I definitely did. I'm a big girl. Like I'm a big girl as a grown up. Like you know what I'm saying? I went to fix I fixed some funnel cake. Like I cooked for Brandon almost every day. So, but you wouldn't see that. You just saw the time that I didn't cook for him. You saw me lounging around. You see me falling out of a chair. I'm very clumsy. Like, but you see things like this, and I feel like it just further pushes like that whole. And I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh well, she should be appreciative that he's with her or he's looking for a way out." Why? I pull higher. Like, I don't want to. That's not a good way to put it, but I never
Go
got an
ahead and
issue with
say it.
men. Yeah, I
You
pull
can
higher
say
than
it.
Brandon. Like that, I've never had an issue with men ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I had y'all thought I had two at the same time. We wouldn't be here
You
if I
know
had an
what?
issue with men.
Kiki, you didn't blew me away because I promise I never, and I review the show every week. I never thought of it like that. And you are absolutely right. From them showing you sucking your thumb, I already felt some type of way, which at first I was mad at you. I was like, girl, you got to get up and cook. They always trying to say big girls lazy, and I don't like that portrayal of us on the show. You know what I'm saying? But now that you mention it, you are absolutely right. They definitely was pushing that
Y'all
narrative
saw
with you.
me.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. I keep cutting you off. Y'all saw me in the kitchen with him. Like I was chopping vegetables. Like they told me to go outside with Brittany. Like it was so many things that I'm like I'm being instructed to do this, and I watch it back, and I'm like, oh, that's why y'all wanted me to. That's why he had to do this.
Right. Because
So
we thought you just got tired and went out there with Brittany and then just stopped helping that man cook.
no, no, I didn't. And I had a real medical emergency that morning. Everybody was like, "Oh, she's just hung over." No, it was a mixture of my medicine and being out in the heat and just I still am a big girl. It was a lot going on. But that's what I'm saying. Once I watched it back, I was very much able to be like, oh, and then I would watch some reviews. I had to stop watching reviews, and I was having fun doing it. But I know one review in particular, they was just like over breakfast, or it was always a fat joke. Or every time I'm watching reviews, it's always a fat joke. It's always she should be appreciative that she even got him, or I'll get him, or this. And I'm like, he's just a man. If I lost 100 pounds, should I still appreciate him?
Mm,
Well, I mean, I
I
should,
know
but you
what
know what I'm
you
saying? Would you be telling me this? Do
right.
you get what I'm
That they
saying?
wouldn't be telling you that. You know they wouldn't be telling you
They
that. And that's
wouldn't.
a lot.
Or she
That's like
looks
a regular
sloppy.
issue.
I'm
She
sorry.
looks yeah. No, you fine, girl. I interrupt people a lot too. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to I understand exactly what you're saying because I be out with nice looking men too, and they be looking at me like, like he with her or I could get him because she got him. So I totally understand where you're coming from. Now I kind of I do see exactly what you're saying about
Yes.
the narrative being pushed about you on the show. And
And I
I
feel like
mean, I couldn't imagine watching all these reviews and people dogging me out.
it's horrible. And I feel like even as it hurts my feelings sometimes as big girls. Like Brandon is grown. I don't own him. You know what I'm saying? Even though we still have our little conversations or whatever, that's technically he's not my man. So it's just like when I see like other big girls like kind of coveting the relationship or being like, oh well, if she had him, I can get him. I'm like, or did he just like me? Like, am I a good person? Like, or why does it have to be a fetish?
Right.
All of his
That
girlfriends
was a
have
thing.
are big girls.
Yeah. Do you think that he has a fetish for plus size women?
No, I don't. Because you got to look at the history. It's not. We're not all plus size. I like. Is it
Right.
okay for a man to just like me?
I
I
know
got a
that's
good
right.
personality. I think I'm pretty cute. Like I got a lot going for
You
myself.
no,
I'm
no.
fun.
Let me stop, Keke. You are a beautiful girl. Like you are. That's why that was the first thing I said when you got on camera because I was like, oh my God. First of all, I like the brown and I love
Oh,
the
thank
makeup.
you.
You look really, really cute, girl. Exactly. The face is a
Thank you. You
10 for
too.
sure. Thank you. Exactly. Hold on. So somebody wanted to know, did y'all get to watch the show before the reunion? Did y'all get to watch the
Yes.
whole show before y'all filmed the reunion?
They sent it to us maybe a week before the reunion, and we were able to
Mm-hmm.
see it. And that's why when it was like, oh, why are they frowning and stuff? Because we got the show back, and a lot of us weren't, especially the girls, because it was like the girls didn't have happy faces because we already knew what we was gonna get, even though we filmed it after the first episode dropped. That's all. So we couldn't, talk about everything else. We filmed it after that first episode, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like I couldn't address people then because we didn't know, but I had already seen how I was edited and how he was edited. I didn't want to be there.
Right.
From my dress and
I
my
can see that.
wig,
Yeah.
yeah, from my dress and my wig and all of that to knowing what I'm walking into, I told him I was just like, I'm not happy to be here. I feel uncomfortable because y'all waited to the last minute to approve the dress. You know what I'm saying? I
They had to
feel
approve your dress.
Yeah, they did. I love colors. Like I like bright colors. I ended up with the black dress and a blonde wig. Like everything had to be approved, and we had like 15 minutes to get ready.
I didn't know that.
So
So if you had to do anything again with this whole experience with the show, dealing with the girls, Brandon, would you have done anything different and what would it be?
I would have. I'm really grateful for the experience. Like I said, I learned a lot. It was something that always kind of wanted to see, like my body representation, I guess, on TV. So I was glad to be, that. But it was just what I would do differently. I think that I would not be so vulnerable, or I would be a little more calculated like other people. Um, I would, because like I said, I was very vulnerable, and you see where that got me. I was very real, and see what that got me. um but yeah, I think I would actually do it over with Brandon. I know that may sound crazy, but I feel like the show, a lot of the issues that show up in your relationship, you in this house, like everything is so escalated. Like the
Mhm.
problems, we probably would have had the drinking problem a year and a half down the road, you know like
Right.
because I don't drink that much, or just him. Some of the things that I saw, I think that if we weren't in the house like that, it may have
Right.
been different. So I feel like now that I know what I know, and I know how to handle it, yeah, I would you know, bring another
Brandon
guy
back
and try
on.
it again, because I feel
Oh.
like the concept is really great. Like you get an
Mhm.
opportunity, somebody you've been talking to, somebody that you have this connection with, and it's not physical, and it's not, you know, somewhat superficial. It's not like I've had to talk to you. You've had to, you know, like me enough to continue talking to me without being able to, feel me or have me there. So there
Right.
has to be some type of spark of connection. I think that that's so cute. And they fly you out, put you in a house, and you get to experience that with 7 other
It
people. Hell
sounds like
yeah.
you still might want to go ahead and spin the block on Brandon and see what the tea is between y'all two. Which we ain't bad at it. Is that what's going? Are y'all gonna try to?
No, we're not gonna try to. No, we're not.
Now you just said all that good stuff about him, and now you like no.
My whole thing with that is like I feel like it's not. I have a lot. Like I said, I see him as the best friend, but romantically, no. Like, do I still, yeah, he's cool or whatever, but I just feel like I want something different. There's something out there that's better suited for me. If that makes sense.
Let me read a few of these comments before I let you go. You are beautiful, Keke. Your confidence level is awesome. Men like confident women, no matter what you look like. They sure do. They focus more on you than the guy who could not spell or the lady who left him. Let me see. They tried to play you. Somebody else said, I commend you for still going, Keke, because we know some reality TV stars that just decided they didn't want to show up. Ooh, not the shade to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, Keke?
Bits and pieces, yeah. That's
the finale come on tonight, girl. We gonna be tuned in over here.
We'll be tuned in.
Anyway, so Keke, I'm gonna let you go. I really, really appreciate you joining me today. If the other girlies want to come on and do like a panel girl talk, y'all let me know because I'm always down and got the right pasado popping. So.
With 2 sugars, 1 shot?
Yes, I would love to have 2 sugars, 1 shot.
Let me go ahead and set that up.
Huh? Okay, y'all heard Keke. She said 2 sugars, 1 shot. The whole crew gonna be on her, and we gonna talk about all of these men. If y'all go live tonight, just know I'll be there. Trust me.
We'll see you in a bit.
Going in on Cinco Po thing.
Post Cinco, but I really do appreciate you, Jada, for having me on. I appreciate you reaching out and letting me kind of tell my piece because this has been a rocky road. Like I said, looking at the comments and some of the feedback, I was in a not the best place. So now I'm able to kind of look back on it. And I really appreciate you. I had a good time today, and thank you.
Glad you did, and you look great. You look great. I'm glad you're doing great. All of the girlies, Keke's Instagram is at the bottom of the screen. We'll make sure we follow you. Keep us up to date, girl. Shoot me a DM when you and Tati drop that song and everything. And hopefully I'll see y'all again. I'm free. Just let me know. Okay?
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Keke. All right. What's up, friends? So did y'all like Keke? Keke was really nice. And ain't she so pretty? Keke is pretty as that thing. So listen, do y'all have time to talk a little bit of gossip before we leave? What time is it? 6 o'clock. The show come on in a minute. I gotta go get dinner, y'all. I like her too, right? Keke is really, really pretty. Great job. Thanks. Okay, so maybe I'll get the girlies on so we can talk to Jay, Tati, and Keke. And then maybe I'll call Jerry back. I want to see what a lot of these folks got going on because they have a lot of drama online, friend. So listen, I'm going to get off in a minute, but we got to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight. I might go live tonight or I might go live tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But did y'all see that Kelli the other day before we leave? Hold on. Did y'all see that Kelli was rating the reunion looks, right? Kelli was out here rating the reunion looks. I'm finna show y'all. I just want to talk about how Kelli fake before we. I just want to talk about how fake Kelli is before we leave. Listen, so Kelli was on Dish Nation, friend, and she was talking about Phaedra's outfit. Hold on a second. Let's go to the part where she rated the outfits. And she said Phaedra was like a 1 + 1 = 2. And was kind of being shady with the whole response. Hold on.
What after the 10?
1 to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 10. Like
before the 10 or
like 10 is where we max out at.
2
to 10.
What'd you say? What?
What's her rate?
We got Phaedra. And they wore this at the reunion on stage?
Yeah. What's up, Ray? Kelly.
We gonna move
this is
on.
Kelly.
Don't forget to give a rate.
Being shady. What was she about to say? And we just gonna talk about how fake she is.
Drive by.
1 to 10.
What'd you say? After the 10?
1 to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 10. Like, you know.
Before the 10 or?
Yeah.
Like 10 is where we max out at.
I think 1 + 1 = 2.
Oh, wow.
How about Drew?
That was Kelly talking about some 1 + 1 = 2. This is why I want Kelly to leave us this season. This season finale, I want this to be the last time I see Kelly. This says Phaedra. This is Phaedra Park's Instagram, and this is Phaedra's reunion post that she did. Look who in the comments 3 days ago with the heart eyes emoji. This is Kelly. Somebody said, "Stop it, you lying." And then somebody said, "Now, Kelly, you gave this look a 1 + 1 = 2." And then somebody say, "Love you, Kelly." Now, Kelly, which is it? Is it 1 + 1 = 2? Or is it you fake? Girl, I hope, you know what, because of this, before the finale air, I just wanted to come and say that Kelly fake just like Shamia, and that's why Whack freaking Flat get along. Ain't that fake as fuck? Fake as hell. Like, bitch, not you just went on Dish Nation talking about my outfit of 1 + 1 = 2, but you was in my comments with the heart emojis. I knew Kelly wasn't no good when I didn't keep my order. Binge-worthy came out and told us about the finale and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let y'all off here. I was gonna talk about some Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff. We can for a minute. Did y'all see that Wanda been out here cursing everybody out? Wanda is out here getting into it, way from the streets of Bessemer up to the YouTube streets with content creators. She done got into it with Chef Don Don, Tea Talk with Your Girl, True Tea, Black Titanic. She calling out all of the dang gone girlies because they said allegedly that the show wasn't coming back. I know Chef Don Don drug her down the hill. He did a funny drag because he said, "I never even said that." Do y'all think that Wanda just causing problems to get some excitement about the show? Y'all know usually I go down there and listen to Wanda live, but I was too busy doing other stuff. But it's giving, and Carlos King just did a press release with People Magazine for Love and Marriage Huntsville returning. I just feel like because Melody is gone, excuse me. I feel like because Melody is gone and so many millimeters and people who just, feel some type of way about how he treated Mel, I feel like because so many content creators that would usually be covering Love and Marriage Huntsville and researching the cast and reporting on the cast, a lot of those content creators have switched to Real Housewives of Atlanta or other things. And I feel like now he don't have as much traction for the show that he used to have when Melody was on there, when people was talking about the characters and everything. So you trying to use Wanda to cause beef, because if you notice, a lot of the content creators that she talked about are content creators who don't cover Love and Marriage Huntsville material anymore. And mind you, all of the content creators that she spoke on, I watched their channels. So I know that they have a huge audience and they are a huge part of the algorithm. So you just trying to get Love and Marriage Huntsville high in the algorithm, poo-poo. Exactly. If any of the content creators she was talking about, friend, if I was you, I wouldn't pay that chitlin potato lady no mind. I wouldn't pay her no mind, because it's giving they want the uproar and the YouTube streets to be in a chokehold about Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's not a coincidence that Carlos King will be on the Breakfast Club in the morning. And I'm sure he's going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, because he needs the excitement. He needs the uproar. He needs all of the things, because Melody gone and half of your fan base that left with Melody is gone. I don't know, child. The promo shoot was boring too. Everybody looked at the girl. Destiny had on the green dress. It was just really tired. Destiny talking about what was she saying? Lance, she found out Lance had a baby. She we found out Lance had a baby. But we found that out months ago, remember? Remember we found out that months ago? I think I was the first person to report on it too. That Lance posted a picture with his daughter and another baby. And then this is another thing. The whole Scott's versus Fletcher storyline. When was this, y'all? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. This is me. I'm talking too much. But that has no Scott's versus the Fletchers. I talked about this in this video months ago. I've seen these storylines coming from a mile away. It's nothing exciting. So you basically telling us Destiny's still in a storage facility and trying to act like Lance really just played her. Lance, y'all, you said Lance, you and Lance wasn't dating like that at the reception, remember? So how you didn't know that this man had a baby on the way? He didn't say, oh, her water just broke the placenta all over my hands. I can't text you back. Girl, fuck you. So Destiny ain't got shit to talk about. She never gonna tell us about what happened with LeBaric. That's bullshit. You Maurice trying to broker peace between Martell and Maurice. What? How many times have we seen Maurice try to broker the peace between Martell and Maurice? I'm sick of Maurice trying to squash the peace between Martell and Marceau. Because at the end of the day, Maurice, when the Harry Hines girl came over there, she said Marceau was hitting it from the back and you was hitting it from the front or whatever the hell may be. So why aren't you trying to slap the dog shit out of Martell? Because he said you was cheating too. Let's be clear. Harry Hines girl said she was fucking with both of y'all. So what are we talking about? He fake, and now Kimmy, the HBIC. I really hope Neil drag Tisha and Kimmy. I hope Neil drag Kimmy to hell along with that support dog. Bye-bye, Kirby. Girl, fuck them, I guess. Yes, the Harry Hunts girls. Okay, clock that TJ. I'm saying, friend, exactly. And Kimmy, we don't want to see you being dumb. Because even if Kim, like in that scene, we see Kimmy and Tisha, and she telling Miss Nail, you trying to say we naive because our husband's cheating? That's absolutely what the fuck we're trying to say. Because you saw, Kimmy, you was woke. You saw that interview with the Harry Hines girl. You saw the Harry Hines girl say that Maurice fudged her too in Vegas. So don't get on here acting like you the HBIC when you just heard the Harry Hines girl say that Maurice was cheating and be running the girlies in and out of Credit One. What are we talking about? I'm glad Jalen asked Glasses. I'm glad Glasses probably finally stepped up and saying something about your mama. Baby, please. OMG, I started watching the Harry. Dr. Meredith, why did you watch? Dr. Meredith, all of y'all better go watch that Harry Hines documentary. It's good. I'm telling y'all, I was in the bed all morning, like $45. The coochie was going for $45. Girl, it was good. Kimmy was fully tuned in. Forget Kimmy, girl. Oh no, y'all. So I'm gonna watch it. I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna watch the show and talk some shit until they start getting on my nerves. And I want to see if Coleslaw gonna come on the show so I can drag her down to the pits of hell where she belong with them elf ears. Anyway, so we'll see if elf ears / dandruff come on there. We'll see Glasses on there defending Kimmy against Maurice bald-headed ass. I hope Miss Neal dragged him down the hill. I noticed Lance ain't been really promoting, or Miss Neal. You notice the Fletchers ain't really been promoting this season. So I wonder, are they going to try to dog the Fletchers out like they did Melody? And Miss Neal, this might be your karma because you chose the wrong team. You should have been Team Mel, but you flip-flop, and now they all coming for you. So I digress. Exactly. Anyway, friend, I'm going to go. Tell me what y'all thought about the Keke interview. I was supposed to speak with Charlie. She had some things come up, so hopefully we'll still get to talk to Charlie. And tell me if y'all ready. Y'all, it's 6:15. I'm finna get my shit together. I might go live after the finale. Just depends on how I feel. So cut your notifications on. I'm not sure if you're gonna go to bed early or whatever, but If you missed the live this evening, if I go live after this finale, then I don't know what to tell you, friend. Anyway, make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the video. I love y'all. Make sure y'all follow me on all platforms. Where my little banner is? Let me see. Hide this. Okay. Make sure y'all follow me on all the platforms. Go live. I'm going to try. The baby had a doctor's appointment. Kels, what you say? Kels, are you a detective? I thought I was a detective. Kels, do you have access to my DMs? Exactly. Anyway, I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Kels, do you have my DMs? Are you in my DMs or something, Kels? I feel like you know everything. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.